Straight ahead on CCX News, a local light rail project could be back on the rails. We'll explain why local transit officials are increasingly optimistic. Plus, you may see fire hydrants covered with plastic wrapping, why local public works departments are the ones behind it. And
Maple Grove is just a really growing area with great demographics. We have a lot of families and kids out here.
something new set to make a splash for kids and families in Maple Grove. CCX News starts right now.
Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us. The Southwest Light Rail project has finally been given the go-ahead, and groundbreaking could happen soon. As Eric Nelson found out, this could also be a good sign for the Bottineau Blue Line extension.
Absolutely. It just helps show that transit is strong in our region, that the desire to build things like light rail projects are positive.
Minnesota's political blue wave could be a win for the Blue Line. Southwest Light Rail has already benefited from the recent elections, and future policy changes could also mean a green light for the Bottineau extension in the Northwest Burbs.
It helps us on the federal side. On the local side, certainly having a Democratic House and a Democratic governor will help us hopefully move the project along as well.
Getting political funding would be huge for the Blue Line extension, but there is one more hoop the project has to jump through. Bottineau officials must convince the Burlington Northern Santa Fe Railway that sharing a corridor is a good thing for both parties, like it is in other cities across the U.S.
We can allow them to continue to serve their customers and provide the service that they do today at the same time as we're able to operate freight next to them.
Eminent domain is not normally the process in these situations. Instead, both sides need to come to the table to dot I's and cross T's.
The legal issues, the property issues, the engineering issues, the operations issues, and all of those pieces.
Meanwhile, Brooklyn Park, Crystal, Robbinsdale, and Golden Valley are eager for light rail and believe it will jumpstart their cities.
And they're absolutely on board to see this happen, and so we're excited to work with them to make this a go. So yes, they've been wonderful.
In Crystal, I'm Eric Nelson, CCX News.
If the Blue Line extension gets final approval, officials are hoping the project could be finished by 2023 or 2024. A delivery driver who was found dead in Spring Lake Park last Wednesday has been identified as a Brooklyn Center man. 58-year-old Amos Hagby was in the process of delivering liquid carbon dioxide when his truck had a mechanical failure in the parking lot of McDonald's on Highway 65. Hagby was delivering dry ice when a chemical leak occurred. He tried to fix the problem but was overcome by liquid carbon dioxide, which is used for refrigeration and cooling. Hagby's body was found in the cargo area of the truck. The Anoka County Sheriff's Office is still investigating. An update now on a city council race that was one of the closest in Brooklyn Park election history, and it is a reminder that every vote counts. The race for the city council seat in Brooklyn Park Central District was decided by just 19 votes. Tanya West Hafner defeated Christian Erickson by that narrow margin, and according to Brooklyn Park City Clerk Devin Montero, Erickson decided not to ask for a recount. This seat is currently held by Rich Gates, who chose not to run for re-election. Believe it or not, there has actually been closer races in Brooklyn Park election history. In 2012, Bob Maida defeated challenger Winfred Russell by just 5 votes. This year, Russell challenged Maida again and ended up beating him by about 800 votes. The Brooklyn Park City Council will consider whether to allow a Muslim community center in a strip mall near Festival Foods. The Minnesota Muslim Community Center is already occupying the site for office use and for providing homework help. If this is approved, it would be a place to pray or hold classes. Members of the Somali community told the Planning Commission the space would be a place that honors Somali culture and tradition. It would also be a small space with a total occupancy of just 34 people. The Planning Commission unanimously recommended approval. This is the time of year where we all have to bundle up to protect ourselves from the elements, but some local cities are also applying that logic to fire hydrants.
We have covered about 100 to 120 hydrants so far this winter.
Crystal's Public Works Department has covered every fire hydrant situated along a county road with a plastic bag. It's part of a pilot program aimed at protecting some of the city's 775 fire hydrants from the chemicals used to treat the roads in the wintertime.
The major benefit is we're preventing corrosion on the hydrants, so in the event that the West Metro Fire Department has to use a hydrant, it's operational.
Other cities covering their hydrants include New Hope and Edina. Meanwhile, Crystal officials want residents to remember to shovel the snow around the hydrants this winter so firefighters can access them in case of an emergency. If you've been on a computer in the last 24 hours, you are probably aware it is Cyber Monday. Retailers like Amazon or Target take advantage of the promotional holiday, and now local organizations are getting involved too. From the city of Robbinsdale to Stages Theater Company, each are offering unique deals only online. Stages Theater is offering discounted tickets to their Mary Poppins Jr. show. They hope to provide something a little different than what people are used to seeing on Cyber Monday.
Theater is a place for families to gather, and they're always looking for a deal on Cyber Monday, and because you can purchase all of our tickets online, it's super simple. You can be sitting at your desk at work over lunch and book some tickets, and it's a great opportunity to cash in on the discount that Stages is offering for your family to see the show.
The city of Robbinsdale is offering discounted rates for their community gym and fitness center. And along with that, Feed My Starving Children is offering discounts on its marketplace items, which all help to support the organization's mission. Still ahead on CCX News, another option for swim lessons. We'll show you a nationwide first, and it happens to be right here in Maple Grove. Plus, it's a thriller as Maple Grove takes on Edina in the championship game of the CCX Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament. That story is later in sports. But first, remaining chilly on Tuesday, but we could see 40s by the end of the week. It's not an anomaly. New swim schools are popping up across the Northwest Metro. A new Foss swim school opening up in Plymouth recently is just one example. The demand is driven by parents who share the desire to keep their kids safe in the land of 10,000 lakes. Another new swim school is also set to make a splash in the northwest suburbs. As Corey Bork reports in this week's Business Matters, Lifetime is supplementing its regular clubs with something new and has selected Maple Grove to be the test pilot.
It's crunch time in Maple Grove.
I've seen a lot of construction sites. You guys are doing great. I'm confident you guys are going to make it, yeah.
Because we're only weeks away from this construction zone going from this to this. This standalone Lifetime swim school brings something new to the market. It's not only the first in the Twin Cities, it's the first in the country. The new Lifetime Swim offers a wide array of amenities, from complimentary coffee and espresso, to heated floors in the locker room, to stadium seating for pool spectators.
We have gone to the extreme in the experience in the place and really just created luxury amenities and a wonderful pool facility for people to swim in.
Substantially smaller than the regular Lifetime clubs, Lifetime Swim's 18,000 square foot building helps it locate in places it wasn't able to be otherwise. That's one reason for the new concept.
Which way do we take a breath?
The demand for swim lessons played a role too.
The growing demand for swim lessons around the country is growing exponentially.
The Maple Grove School expects to train about 2,500 swimmers a week, offering group and private lessons for children as young as 4 months, all the way up to adults. You don't have to be a Lifetime member to join.
We're all about convenience. Members pick a day and time that works for them. You keep that day and time until you choose to cancel. Otherwise, your kid stays and goes through all the skills and the levels. You don't have to re-register every 8 to 10 weeks for a session.
For kids who want to pursue swimming as a sport, one of its pools would be used for its 400-member competitive swim team.
So we've got our 2 pools here. They're both 6 lanes.
And if you're wondering why Lifetime chose Maple Grove, just look to its neighbors. Signs for luxury apartments and single-family homes are going up all around it.
And then Maple Grove is just a really growing area with great demographics. We have a lot of families and kids out here.
For Business Matters, Corey Bork, CCX News.
Lifetime Swim expects to open in mid-December, and you can start registering for classes now. It is also currently hiring, and once the new club gets its toes wet, expect planning to start for other Lifetime Swims around the Twin Cities. 3 Minnesota cities made a list of top 50 small cities for new businesses, and one of them is Maple Grove. A study by Verizon ranked small cities based on how friendly they are to startups. A small city, according to the study, is between 50,000 and 75,000 people. The other 2 Minnesota cities were St. Cloud and Eagan. Maple Grove ranked 25th, followed by St. Cloud at 27 and Eagan at 29. Number 1 on the list, that city is Portland, Maine. The list was based on several criteria, including the proportion of the population with a college degree, travel time to get to work, broadband access, and loans per capita. One of the biggest questions in Maple Grove can now be answered. The new Crave restaurant at Elm Creek Boulevard and Main Street is now officially open. It opened just before the Thanksgiving holiday. The restaurant will offer the first rooftop dining experience in Maple Grove, but don't get too excited about that just yet. You'll have to wait for warmer weather for the roof to be open for service. Still ahead, they are serial stars, and perhaps they could be movie stars too. See what General Mills has in mind for Count Chocula and Frankenberry. But first, the top-ranked Hopkins girls basketball team starts the season in style. John Jacobson has highlights up next.
The boys hockey season is underway, and the 17th annual CCX Turkey Trot Tournament featured 4 very good Class AA programs. The championship game Saturday night featured Maple Grove skating against Edina in the tournament final for a second straight year. First period, the Crimson's Tyler Kostelecki passes to Trevor Kukkonen. He fires a shot into the back of the Hornets' net. It's a power play goal for Maple Grove. Edina's Mason Nevers passes to Mason Reiners. His shot is stopped, but Kevin Delaney is there to bank home the rebound, tying the game at 1. It's 2-2 late in the second period. Kukkonen, a great pass off the glass. Justin Janicki at the other end shoots and scores for Maple Grove. The Crimson lead 3-2 through 2 periods. The Hornets tie it midway through the third period. Nevers skates around the Crimson net and then feeds Delaney for a pretty goal, and it's 3-3. That's the way it stayed, and because this was a tournament, a shootout was needed to break the tie after a scoreless overtime. Kyle Kukkonen scores for Maple Grove, one of their 2 shootout goals, and then at the other end, Nevers is stopped. Sophomore goalie Jack Winicky played a great game. He stopped 40 shots in the night. The Crimson celebrate the Turkey Trot Tournament, their first title since 2011, and a great weekend of hockey.
Oh, I mean, the whole tournament this weekend, the atmosphere is great. Fans always come out, and I mean, our students, they come out strong, and it's a fun atmosphere, and it really helps when we win the games like that and end up winning the tournament, so it's a lot of fun.
Host Wayzata had a slow start in their semifinal loss to Maple Grove that put the Trojans into the third place game. Wayzata ready for action against Holy Family. Holy Family controls the first period, and Trey Fedjko feeds Sawyer Schugel for the power play goal. It's 1-0 Holy Family through 1 period. Wayzata still trails late in the game when goalie Danny Fraga is pulled for an extra attacker, and it works to perfection. Joel Matthews sets up Luke Bonet for the goal. Trojans tie it with 54 seconds left in regulation. In OT, Nick Gardner gets control of the puck near the blue line and sets up Michael North with the game winner. After trailing for much of the game, Wayzata nets 2 late goals. They win the third place game 2-1. In girls hockey, defending state champion in Class A Breck is ranked number 1 early this season. They came into the holiday weekend with a 4-0 record. Mustangs looking for win number 5 against Mounds at the Super Rink in Blaine. A face-off win for the Mustangs' Allison Qualley gets the puck to Olivia Mobley, and she skates to the net and scores, and it's 1-0 Breck, just 1:15 into the game. 3 minutes later, they score again. Grace Madero sets up Shay Mesner in front of the Mounds View net, and she scores, putting Breck ahead 2-0. Great play by Mobley here, skating from the neutral zone, past the defender, and then snapping a shot home for Breck. She scores 3 times in the first period. It's 4-0 Mustangs after 1. First minute of the second period, and a great rush up ice by Carly Bieniek. She'll skate past the Mounds View D and score, and that puts Breck ahead 5-0. Late in the second period, it's Bieniek with a takeaway at the Mounds View blue line. and she'll score her second goal of the game. Breck has no trouble with Mounds view. 7-1. Breck is the final. Another local team ranked #1 early in the season, the Hopkins girls basketball team. The Royals are #1 in Class 4A after a state runner-up finish last season. Coach Brian Koziger from the Royals facing Lakeville South at the Pat Patterson Invitational at Hamlin. Paige Beckers with an easy layup. Hopkins all over the Cougars early with a 17-2 lead. Beckers will get an assist as she'll drop it off to KK Adams for the layup, and the Royals are dominating play. In the half-court game, Beckers feeds it inside to Maya Nadia, who makes a nice spin move and scores off the glass for a 25-5 lead. Beckers drives and dishes to Delayla Shakolis, and she'll score to make it 33-10 Hopkins. Now swing it around the perimeter to Adams. She hits for 3 of her game-high 24 points. It's 42-15 Royals at the half. Second half, and Beckers pounces, jabbing the ball away and scoring 2 of her 18 points. The Royals win 74-37. They also beat Stillwater on Saturday. And that's all for sports today. Shannon, back to you.
All right. Thanks, John. Up next, watching a movie while eating your favorite cereal. We'll explain how the two could come together when we come back. Our Monday just got a little bit better. It is National Cake Day. These tempting treats are from Nadia Cakes in Maple Grove, where you can always find a cute and sometimes controversial cake. The winner of Food Network's Cupcake Wars, Abby Jimenez, visited several states before she decided to set up shop in Maple Grove. Since then, Nadia Cakes has won many awards for its cakes and cupcakes and has even opened a second location in Woodbury. Finally, Golden Valley-based General Mills with an idea for a movie, and this one might make you hungry too. The company is turning to Hollywood to look for creative partners to bring some of its iconic cereal mascots for an animated movie or TV show. Think about Count Chocula, Frankenberry, or Boo Berry on the big screen or little screen. It's seeking out ideas for its cinematic universe. General Mills says it will review all of the pitches and see which one it considers the most flavorful for the big screen, or I guess you could say the most tasty for TV. That will be a hit with the kids. That's all the time we have for now. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here Tuesday starting at 4 o'clock.